Louisiana Beer Reviews looks at Merry Christmas, Happy New Year 2015 from Anchor Brewing Company, our special ale. This is the 41st edition of this beer. They changed the recipe a little bit every year. They said the ingredients are top secret. This one is listed at 5.5% alcohol. And every year they have a different tree, a different fir tree on the label. This one is a Cedrus deodara, some kind of cedar tree. Okay. Now, according to the website, these beers are not even released until November. I bought it on October 24th. They don't even have this listed on the Anchor website yet, only 2014. And they don't have any listings for this on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer. And this is the first video review for this beer in the world. I was at Trader Joe's on the 24th, Saturday, and I'm looking for Liberty Ale, actually, which I did not find. Sadly, they had the summer wheat and a few others. And then, you know, I'm looking around for the Liberty, and I thought, golly, how could they still have a 2014 left over? So I look at the label, I see 2015. You know, I'm not believing what I'm seeing. And then I look on the shelf. This is not coming up. I look on the shelf. Oh, can't grasp it right. And there's 6-packs and 6-packs of this stuff. Multiple. I said, I don't know if they were supposed to put this out or if this was a special early release for Trader Joe's. So anyway, I said, you know, I wasn't going to rush the review. I'm like, oh, I'll get to it. It's not even Halloween yet, you know. And but when I started doing the research on the internet today, I said, I got to get on this and be the first. Not that it really matters, but okay. Like it usually is, it would be if it was a narrow or room glass and I had more room to pour, it would be a thicker beige head, and you know, you get the people screaming and hollering, you pour straight in, you gotta angle it, that's a law. That's a law. Even though many brewers will say do a hard straight in pour, but you know, others say don't do it. But anyway, it's not a law or a rule. It's a convention with some people. This is ruby red with the light shining through, maybe dark reddish brown, looking at it, almost a black. So wow. Very excited to try this. And I had bought a bottle of the King's English, which is like a Green King ale, similar to like, I want to say not Twisted Thistle, but their Old Speckled Hen maybe, or the old, what's the old Strong Hen? The one that's kind of strong up, because I think the King's English was like 6.5 or something. Bought that for someone to give to Papa. It does smell spicy. It's fruit, like prune juice. Fruitcake spices. It's hard to place, but it smells, it's not a bold or strong or jumping out of the glass smell, but it's subtle and it's there. It's beginning to look a lot like Halloween. Yeah, spiced bread. The fruit cake. There's like a licorice. Oh yes, black licorice. Anise. Makes me think of the Juleberger. does make me think of the Juleberger from Denmark. No, that's not supposed to be out yet, and it has nothing to do with this company, but it just reminds me of that. And it's been, almost 5 years since I had that one, or 4. I can't remember when Brian sent it to me. I believe it was 2010. And the alcohol is not really noticeable except at the very end. The bitterness is low, relatively low. The mouthfeel is medium. There's some interesting aspect about this that I cannot place. It's almost like a ham glaze. The finish is semi-dry. The drinkability is very good. Ham glaze, eh? Almost even a smokiness, almost, but not real. Oh, there's getting a little foam action. I was going to think of like Colgin liquid smoke. Well, this is so exciting to drink every year. I've been doing it since 2010, I'm pretty sure. I might have done a written one in 2009. They change it every year, but they don't change it a lot. They just like slightly dial it either way, sort of like the Abita Christmas beer, which I guess they got the idea. And so interesting with the different trees that Anchor does. And then they were saying on their website, some people don't like because we say Christmas. You know, and these days that's gauche or whatever. And they were saying, oh well, you know, basically don't buy the beer then. I'd like to get in those big old bottles. And then I remember at Stein's Deli last year, they had the huge bottle. It was like a gallon or 2 gallons. It was like $70 or whatever it was. I think at the worst I could say A, you know, if I'm really nitpicking it to death. And it kind of reminds me in some ways of the Samuel Smith's Winter Warmer. And some people will criticize that beer and say, it's not too good. I think it's great, I love it, you know. So this one is an A+. I have to go outstanding. Outstanding from a wonderful beer company, Anchor. Real quick, 1983 Southeastern football from Athlons. This guy here, he played for LSU for a little while, then Southern Miss. He's a high school basketball coach now, in fact. Camel. Didn't this guy, the model, die of lung cancer, I believe? Not making a joke. I think that actually that's what happened. But kind of some lean years for University of Mississippi, mid-80s. Same for LSU. Florida was struggling. A lot of cigarette commercials, man. Join the first team, reach for Winston. I mean, you know, man up. That's what they're basically saying. Be a man. Smoke Winston. Don't be a wuss. Okay, come to think of it, I have a Heineken. Heineken? Pabst Blue Ribbon. Well, I don't think there's a Pabst Blue Ribbon in here. Anyway, we're not going to go through the whole book. Lionel James from Auburn. Okay, and so on and so on. Crown Royal. I believe that's still fairly popular. 83, that was a big year for University of Miami, now wasn't it? And they do profile the University of Miami in this book because they were in, that's, you know, the Southeast. So they always, even that region would always make sure they had Miami. In Tulane. Here's 84. And this guy, Jack Del Rio, played for the New Orleans Saints. Then he was became an NFL, National Football League head coach. So this is a nice collectible to have, the 84. I don't have 84 Athlons. Let's see. Notre Dame coach Jerry Faust. Oh my goodness. Mike Golick, linebacker Mike Golick. Mike Golick. Jerry Faust. Well, you know how that worked out. Okay, so A plus, laissez les bon temps roulés. And y'all come on down to New Orleans.